Folks, I'd like to tell you a story. Last week, I had a friend drop by. I hadn't seen him in a while, and it was great to get a visit from him. He was troubled, and I could see it in his face. There was just different things going on in his life, and um, we started to talk, and I found out that he had been laid off from his job. Now, let me describe to you where this person is as far as his status in the animation industry is concerned. He's total top A, top shelf talent. Extremely, his skills are at the point where his artwork should be in a museum. It's that good. And he's extremely dignified in the industry. He's got, his status is very, very well respected. But that didn't help him. In the long run, that didn't help him. He still got to the point where, with all his history and all his major contributions, if you knew where he was at, what he was doing, the projects that he's been on, you wouldn't understand completely where I'm coming from with this. And one of the reasons why I found it to be so profound. But that's not why he came to me. He came to ask me a question. And the question that he asked me was, how do you start a business? And it kind of took me by surprise because I just kind of figured that maybe the basic knowledge of how to start a business was something that most people knew, especially in the animation business, but that's not the case. Most people don't know how to start a business. No, most people only know one thing. They only know working in a studio environment and a work-for-hire situation. So of course I explained to him everything that he would need to do in order to get something going on his own, so that he could position himself independently in his industry. And something else I found through the course of our conversation as well, and that is that he didn't want to go back into the workforce. He was just kind of, I guess he'd worked his way through. He'd been in that studio situation for so long that it just didn't appeal to him anymore. He wanted to do other things, and he wanted to do his own thing, and he wanted to do it independently. He wanted to develop an independent aspect to his career. Now, this is something that, of course, hindsight is always 20/20, but this is something that he should have been doing a long time ago. He should have been preparing for it. And I'm encouraging everybody out there to think this way about establishing yourself independently in some aspect of your career. The earlier the better, because not only are you going to very likely need it in the future, but it's what's happening now. There are so many incredible things happening outside of what we normally think is the way to go in animation, that we should all be aware of it, and we should all be taking advantage of it, and we should all be educating ourselves about this, okay, and positioning ourselves so that it's not just one thing where you've only got this aspect of what it means to be working and living and interacting in animation and nothing else. So anyway, I'm really confident that my friend is going to do very well. I mean, once his work starts, once it starts getting seen, once he puts up his website, once he starts, interacting through blogs and social media, he's going to do fantastic. But here's another thing that is troubling, and something that you need to think about, and that is that all the years that he spent at these studios, I'm talking about big time stuff, big time. He doesn't own anything that he did. Do you realize that? He doesn't own anything that he created. All those images don't belong to him. And I'm sure the studios will not have a problem showcasing this work that he's done when he was with them, online. But let's say he wanted to print a book. Where's that going to go? I mean, what if he wanted to print a book on an anthology of his work? How can you do it? How can you do it when you don't have the rights to your work? You see, there's a better way to do it. There really is. Let's start using our heads, man. Let's start using our heads. Let's start thinking smarter. Let's start positioning ourselves differently. There's no reason why we should be cut off from the equity that we create in this industry by virtue of what it is that we do, by virtue of what it is that we contribute. We need to do things differently. Let's think about it, okay? Thanks a lot for listening. It's always great talking with you. Have faith. Believe. Believe in yourself. Believe in each other. Believe in community. And always keep creating. Thank you. Peace.